Funeral lady here. I want to share the eulogy that I wrote in 2014 for my aunt Anna Larrivee that died way too young of cancer, but nothing could really take her spirit. I was born into this world and, like most children, was raised and cared for by my parents. Then went on to school where I was educated by adult teachers. Naturally, I thought all adults were robots, existing only to care for their families and work robot jobs to support them, while us children saw the world with wonder, adventure, joy, curiosity, and imagination. I, however, was fortunate enough to have an aunt named Anna who broke the mold. She appeared from a distance to be like other adults, loving and caring, but also responsible and kind of adult. The difference was she was very different. She had this spark about her, this vitality, spunk, and creativity that let her be the first adult in my life to prove that not all adults are robots. She could turn any situation into a game, finding humor and imaginative play in the mundane. A simple gift card or toy for your birthday? Not from Anna. A birthday present from her meant a date. A special outing, just you and her, where she would take you to a store and let you pick out what you wanted, followed by a yummy treat somewhere, most likely at Butler's Donuts, and usually ending with feeding her pet rabbit Rambo some carrots and playing with her super dog Frenchie. She taught me how to knit, helped me paint a very realistic bird onto a tile, and every year put together her famous Egg Day on Good Friday. She would boil more eggs than you could even believe, supply dozens of dyeing and decoration options, and allow more children than most rational adults would ever allow to have their way with messy creativity in her home. The best part was when an egg would crack, she would never get mad. Instead, she would happily say, "No problem, I'll make egg salad." An egg salad she would make. The most delicious, multicolored egg salad you will ever eat. As I got older, she became the first adult I could relate to and confide in. The days spent riding around in her Miata singing the Grateful Dead are memories I will always cherish. I admired her for being absolutely, almost stubbornly, true to herself. Anna could not be conformed, and you certainly could not put Anna in a box. She was liberated before liberation was even fashionable. Anna was proudly and wholeheartedly a true hippie, completely happy living her life, loving her husband, caring for her beloved pets, and rocking the title of world's coolest aunt. There were many times I remember her declaring herself the true hippie. The most memorable time was while camping in Vermont. The campground had a hippie-themed dance party, and after wailing to a Joplin song, she yelled, "I am the true hippie right here!" and somehow in moments managed to pull her bra out from beneath her shirt, swing it up in the air, toss it into the flatbed of a truck that was driving by. So Melanie, my sister, and I were determined the rest of the night to find this bra, and we spent an hour peeking into every truck that was at the campground looking for her bra, and when we told her we couldn't find it, she said, it wasn't one of my favorites. Then, when I was 15, Anna gave birth to Robbie. Most people would think motherhood falling upon such a free spirit would robotize her. Well, not in the slightest. I watched in awe as she morphed into a mother, seamlessly and effortlessly holding true to her spirit. She made it look easy. Robbie was her world, and she raised him in this down-to-earth way, always 100% present in each and every moment. The product was this amazing child whom I always saw as an old soul. A child that even at 2 years old seemed to be completely and solidly grounded in who he was, what he needed, and was comfortable doing. His imagination was limitless, and his ability to fully understand complex ideas always amazed me. This all came from Anna's spirit bound with Gary's, making Robbie quite an impressive blend of two loving parents. I watched Robbie grow to have this incredible, close relationship with Anna, one that included the perfect mix of friendship, respect, and love. Anna became my inspiration, hoping to become a mother just like her. She, Gary, and Robbie made a most memorable visit to Block Island, where I was working for the summer, most conveniently as a cocktail waitress who had many friends eager to babysit the amazing Robbie, whom I boasted about daily. I supplied her and Gary with many free drinks at my bar until they went off on a crawl around the island. For weeks after they left, many of my bartender friends approached me about meeting my wicked cool aunt. They all said she would say the same thing about just how she made herself known. She would confidently walk up and ask, "You know, little Amy, my niece, she's my niece. Oh, and I'd love a Rolling Rock. And she'd get them for free. It was because of her that I met the love of my life, my husband. She hired him, and when the two of us met working at Regis, she could tell that I liked him. And for weeks, she kept his number circled on her fridge, knowing that I would want it, because she knew I wasn't the kind of girl that waited for a man to make the first move. The excitement in her voice was unforgettable the day that I finally called and asked for his number. So much of who I am is laced with Anna's inspiration. I will always be thankful for having her in my life, as I'm sure all of you feel the same. Losing her this way has been absolutely devastating, but I hope that Anna knows as she sits in Andy's with a bucket of Rolling Rocks, alongside her mom, sipping white zin, that because of her awesomeness, she has created a community of astoundingly devoted family and friends that will always be there for her loves, Gary and Robbie. It will be our way of honoring her and making egg salad out of a beautifully decorated and prematurely cracked egg.